Afternoon, folks. Me again, Shannon Fox here, the Road to Patriots 2 channel. Hopefully, everybody's having a great weekend. Figured I'd bring y'all several clips today that I was going over on Twitter. First thing I did when I got up this morning, when I jumped on Twitter, is I started looking at my notifications, and Trump, Elon, some of the main ones that now post every day. Like I said, Trump's posting every day now. That's good news. And Trump is one of the best I've seen at Twitter. He's been putting out the best of memes, been putting out some great statements. He's been putting out these little short meme videos like I bring to y'all from Dan Scavino. Trump's just been carpet bombing him today on Twitter, actually every day since he's been back. But this here is what I woke up to, very first meme of the day from Trump this morning. He's got a cackling uh, communist Kamala, however you want to pronounce her name, at the DNC in Chicago. This is his rendition. She'll wear a red suit, be promoting the sickle and the hammer. You know what that represents, folks. I do got several clips here for you. I want to bring y'all today. There's a couple of them I haven't watched yet, though, just for natural reaction purposes, and something I definitely wanted to watch as well. So we're going to do it together. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Bear with me here. This right here is one of the stories I wanted to check out. I haven't watched any of it yet, but this is guaranteed to be juicy.
How Kamala Harris's campaign unraveled. They obtained the resignation letter of the Harris campaign state operations director, who is now joining the Bloomberg campaign. She wrote, "It is unacceptable that with less than 90 days until Iowa, we still do not have a real plan to win. Our campaign for the people is made up of diverse talent, which is being squandered by indecision and a lack of leaders who lead." Molly, that is rough stuff. You wrote a fantastic cover story on Kamala Harris about a month ago or so. I'm sure, based on what your reporting has been, a lot of this isn't really a surprise to you.
No, what's a surprise is that she has failed to turn it around despite literally months and months and months of hearing this kind of frustration. And you hear it, it's reporters, it's people inside the campaign, it's people outside the campaign, it's pretty much every voter that you meet on the campaign trail who goes to see her. And the common theme is people want to like her, and then she doesn't close the deal. She's not able to articulate a consistent and compelling message that makes those voters who show up for her, who are interested in what she's selling, that makes them decide, yes, this is the candidate I can commit to. And the Time story and a Post story today have really laid out this frustration, especially within her team, that she hasn't been able to make those decisions.
And she's been all over the place in terms of the message. Here's a clip to show some of her kind of all over the place messaging.
So we got CNN and New York Times correspondent, reporter, I'm guessing, just taking turns trashing Kamala.
Truth, justice, decency, equality, freedom. Our mother would sit up trying to figure out how to make it all work. That's something most Americans know all too well. And that's what my 3 a.m. agenda is all about.
He's tearing us apart. She'll bring us together. This is Trump. And in every possible way, this is the anti-Trump.
And now to Lou, one of the messages is she's the one who can bring back the Obama coalition in the way that Obama had it in 2007.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a nightmare. That's enough for me, folks. But in LA, the hope is that she can bring back the Obama commission. Oh, my goodness. Ooh. No. Let's wake up from this nightmare. No. Please, no. I hope a lot of people are voting and praying for our country and for Donald J. Trump to make it to the job, actually be able to get there with no more shenanigans against his life or government prosecutions trying to prevent him from running, or something else I want to talk to y'all about, or them talking about locking him up in September. Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, and several people believe there is a cell at Rikers Island already that they will be using to lock Trump up over this New York trial here in September. Now, I don't know if it'll go either way, but there was actually an article or a short video clip that Trump retweeted today as well, and I reposted it, and I'll show you it here in just a second. Let's go ahead and go on up to a couple more of these. This is another one I got from Trump this morning. Like I said, he's on fire today.
We choose freedom.
Where do you stand on defund the police?
We need to take a look at these budgets and figure out whether it reflects the right priorities. It is outdated, it is wrong-headed thinking to think that the only way you're going to get communities to be safe is to put more police officers on the street. We have to reimagine how we achieve public safety. Part of this has to be about upending the system.
Politicians were successful in moving away critical funds to police stations, and now what we are seeing across the country is violence surging.
Cities across the country are seeing a major spike in violent crime now, while cities are pushing to defund the police nationwide.
We choose freedom.
The reason I brought you this video today is we're in lieu of probably some violence that's going to happen over the next couple of days at the DNC. It may just be parades and protests from the pro-Israel and pro-Hamas factions of the Democrat Party, clashing with God knows who else will be there, false flags most likely. Excuse me. But at any rate, they don't mind the violence in the past because it was always to the benefit of the Democrat Party. Now, if the DNC is rocking and rolling with fighting and riots outside of that place, it's not going to be a good image for the Democrats because they're not going to be able to blame the Republicans. And that's probably the best case scenario for that. But it just shows how fractured their party is. And like I said, if you live anywhere near Illinois or Chicago, Illinois, just stay away. It's almost guaranteed to be a violent scene over the next couple of days. And the Democrats have placated, allowed for this, and want to defund the police. Let's see how well they do this weekend with as much police presence as they can handle, which probably won't be enough. Now, Scott Pressler says, I'm at the rally. Said in Wilkes-Barre. Says fake news says this place isn't full. He said, I didn't see an empty seat in the house. Now, I can't play you the video because of the copyright music. But this here, I thought was a great video clip as well. A lady named Salty Texan, I follow over here on X as well. She comes up with some great memes, and here's another good one.
My king and queen, I was just entertaining this lady.
It's a dude.
Before you speak, Persian, know that in Sparta, everyone, even if you cut off your genitals, you'll be called a biological male. Now, what message do you bring?
Gender education.
You rode all the way from Persia for gender education.
Do not be coy or stupid. We don't need education from a man who thinks he's a woman.
What makes this woman think she's speaking to a man?
Because only a real woman can give life to our planet.
Let us walk to cool our tongues.
If you value your Instagram over your complete annihilation, listen carefully, Leonidas. Xerxes conquers and controls every social media he rests his eyes upon. He has a pronoun so massive, it shakes the tongue with its length, so vast it shrinks the brains away. All the God King Xerxes requires is this, a simple rainbow in your bio. How can the Spartans submission to the LGBTQ community?
Submission. Well, that's a bit of a problem. Looks like it's you who's in need of a gender education.
We must try not to get cancelled.
Prepare to be cancelled! You will give me your corporate number, Leonidas, or it will be your end. Chill out, Daddy. I'm just a lady. See?
You want my corporate number?
You can find it down there.
No man, Persian or Greek, no man threatens a transgender.
You bring the crowns and heads of cancelled kings to my city steps.
You insult masculinity. You threaten my people with cancellation and death. Oh, I've chosen my education carefully, boy. Perhaps
You assumed me again. This is madness.
madness.
This is biology!
Ooh, that's a good one, folks. I hadn't seen that. I figured it would be a good one. I do like to share stuff, these little short video memes. Hopefully, y'all enjoy as well. Got several more clips here for you. Okay, actually, maybe just a couple more. Okay, now I was talking to you earlier a little bit about Trump's legal case. He has one conviction already that he is going to be sentenced on in September over the hush money case, and you wouldn't think they'd be able to throw him in jail due to the fact that he got immunity through the Supreme Court for a lot of the cases that were standing against him, including in D.C. and in Florida. And it kind of muddies the water up on this particular case. It's already been ruled against him. So I don't know exactly how that plays into the fact of the sentencing, since maybe the case should not be able to stand on the fact that presidential immunity may apply in the case that he was convicted on. So here we go. We've got Andy McCarthy, former assistant U.S. attorney, really smart guy. He's on Fox, and he's just telling it like it is, what should be. And Trump reposted it, and I thought everybody should hear this, because this is actually how this should be handled. Instead of Trump being prosecuted uh, and in theory put in jail in September to keep him off the ticket, is exactly what the Democrats are going to prefer to do. But the right thing to do, if they're going to go through with this, is to delay sentencing until the immunity case against him gets cleared up on this particular charge. That's the right answer. And Mr. McCarthy basically says the same thing, but a little more eloquently.
I mean, the Trump team is right. The Supreme Court's made clear if there's an open immunity issue, that needs to be litigated before anything else happens. And there's no good law enforcement reason why the sentencing has to take place prior to the election. I mean, the Trump team is right. The Supreme Court's made clear if there's an open immunity issue, that needs to be litigated before anything else happens. And there's no good law enforcement reason why the sentencing has to take place prior to the election.
Only reason the sentencing phase is taking place before the election is because of who's running it. It's some damn Democrats trying to lock Trump up. And here's just a picture, folks. A meme photo. It says Tim Walz let Minnesota burn. Never forget. Kamala Harris bailed out the ones that lit the matches. And that's not just a meme, folks. It's the facts. We can't let these crazies get anywhere near the White House. Now, this last video I'm going to bring to you, this soldier is singing. It looks like in the rotunda of a Capitol somewhere. And her voice just carries. It's awesome. It's give you chills. I'm going to get to that here in just a second. But I had one more thing I wanted to bring to y'all. Let's see here. Oh, right here, we have found a recently we have found a video of Tampon Tim, otherwise known as VP Tim Walz. He got somebody stuffing money, obviously, into his pants. I don't really want to play the soundtrack for copyright reasons, but the dude's got his shirt up so you can see his belly button. He's dancing around like he's got a little sugar in his tank, and obviously he got somebody stuffing dollars in his pants. Not a good look for a politician. Just saying. All right, folks. All right, we're fixing to get to it right here. Last video of the day. One more thing I want to tell you first. It says Trump welcomes Swifties with open arms after terror plot shuts down the Taylor Swift concert in Austria. It seems like from the photographs here, there is a ton of Taylor Swifties out there that are now in support of Trump because they support safety. As a matter of fact, this article with all the different girls on it says Swifties turned to Trump after ISIS foiled Taylor Swift concert. These girls are just like any other red-blooded American. They're not so brainwashed that they don't want to be feel like they're in a safe place, in a safe situation. When you can't even go to your favorite concert without having to worry about terrorists, we've definitely got a problem with somebody that's running the country. I'm glad to see it, whether these girls are old enough to vote or not. I'm glad to see they're on Team America now. Whether Taylor Swift likes it or not, it looks like a lot of the Swifties are on Team Trump. We now see Swifties for Trump shirts and tons of girls now, it looks like, at more than one of these events, uh, Trump events, with showing up, representing. I love it. I love it. Trump says, I accept over on Truth Social with all these photographs of these young Swifties. All right, folks. This here, I saved the best for last. Um, this is just really good stuff.
What's so proud?
All right. I'm going to go ahead and play this last one for you, folks. Jump out of here. It's a little warm in this room. I'm actually in the warmest room in my house, and it's about 105 degrees outside today. So even on the inside, it's not refrigerator cold for sure. But enough about me. Let's get into this last video. Just something to make the hair on your arm stand up, and helps me appreciate people like this lady right here, the veterans, and people that care about our country as well. Her voice echoes so well in this rotunda. Just a great video clip. You're welcome to come over here to X, Twitter, and repost these type videos as well. Here we go.
What's so proudly hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and
I
the
love it.
home of the brave.
Awesome. What a way to go out. I love it. I love it, folks. Like, subscribe, and share to vote to Patriots. Like I said, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. And please stay away from them big cities today if they're deciding they want to riot. Just stay home. Let them make a fool on their time. Over and out, folks.